So we're going to go live now. So we're welcoming back online those looking in, and welcome back to the Dublin Citizens Assembly, our third weekend, and very welcome to North County Dublin in Fingal region and the Grand Malahide Grand Hotel in Malahide. So the Assembly members have just concluded their deliberations on what we have learned so far, and we'll recap that in a moment. So this is our last event in the Grand Malahide Hotel. So I'd like to do some thank yous if you could have some patience with me, and then maybe at the very end we'll give one large bula bus. So first of all, I want to thank Matthew Ryan and the team at the Grand Hotel. Their hospitality has been first class. Their catering has been world class. And the way they've looked after us over the last number of weeks has been fantastic. So we might start off maybe with a bullet bus to get that out of the way. You've just gone through a session there with our facilitators and note takers. It's not an enviable task. They've done a phenomenal job trying to moderate and facilitate all of the experience, the learning, the thoughts and opinions that we have from our free citizens in the room. So to Caroline Gardner and all the Quality Matters teams, thank you. Part of the deliberative democracy process is transparency. So we are live. We have been streaming all the sessions to PI Communications for the live streaming, and for Jerry and the sound, to Q4 Communications for making sure that we end up in the papers, which we did yesterday. And so to Ronan, Sabrina, Gorimila Margaret. We heard earlier on from Brad and from Derek, so to our expert advisory group, and with Dr. Jane Souter as well, who's with us this afternoon, to all the presenters, Teresa, Avik, Shane, and all the contributors over the weekend. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the EAG for your continual guidance for myself and for Art. It's really appreciated. Gramargat. We've had our interpreters with us, Lisa and Margaret, doing a phenomenal job. So please give them a round of applause. We also have Anthony and Owen from the Electoral Commission. They're just finishing off their studies, their masters. So guys, I wish you the very best of luck in your exams. This process here will contribute to your thesis, and I wish you two political scientists, soon to be qualified, so I wish you the very best of success in your journey. So none of this would happen without the Secretariat, led by our Secretary General with us this afternoon, Art O'Leary. As I said, I used to say to the football team, the Dublin football team, that preparation is 9/10 performance, and things have gone so well over the last number of weeks, but I know in the shadows, the preparation, the hard work, the attention to detail is not only impressive, it's outstanding. So to Art, to Cathal, Tim, Lorraine Kavanagh, Lorraine Sexton, Deirdre, Denise, Julianne and Connor, on behalf of the Assembly members for making all this happen, thank you so much. So back to you, the Assembly members. A special thanks to the 42 Assembly members who asked questions this weekend. So it's very obvious that we're beginning to find our feet. We're beginning to feel comfortable with each other. And if we just go through, I suppose, just to recap very, very briefly why we're here and our terms of reference. And I think when we look at those terms of reference, I think we have stuck in that laneway all the time, and I think it's important as this concluding session, because we are going into a recess now for the summer, to remind ourselves of why we're here. We want to consider the type of directly elected mayor and the local government structures that are best City of Dublin and to bring forward proposals in that regard. And that's what you have been doing over the last hour and a bit. And in terms of reference reflected your discussions, we're talking about the strengths and the weaknesses of the current model of local government. We looked at the potential risks, benefit, challenges, opportunities associated with a directly elected mayor for Dublin. You looked at what functions could be transferred from central government to regional or local government Dublin, how could be funded, and finally, the appropriate structures for local and regional government councils and authorities. A lot was done there, and I think what we're picking up is that we'll need to come back, I believe, in September to finish off this little bit of work and to consider it. So if we look at the journey that we're on, we're climbing that mountain. We've gone through those first three pillars to set the foundation of your report that you will submit to the local representatives who you have voted into our Oireachtas. So our next session will be on the 10th of September, where we'll begin to narrow and debate the options. We then will go into voting in October with the report being issued in November. So we have a number of steps to get through. So the first thing I want to say is that we have uploaded, or rather ART has uploaded the Limerick Implementation Advisory Group report and the Oireachtas pre-legislative scrutiny paper onto the members' library. That was done today. We're going to compile the work pack that you completed this afternoon. That'll be done over the next week or so, and we'll have that on the members' library only for the 15th of July. Then we're going to close out any outstanding questions from the presenters from the weekend session, and again, that'll be uploaded on the 15th of July. It is important for me to also to say, if you have any questions, if there's things that you aren't sure about that you'd like more information on, to help you come up with your recommendations, please let us know, either myself, Jim.Gavin at citienassembly.ie, or Art's email address. Please give us your feedback if you need to have more detail in the September session. We also have a few more things to do. We've surveyed our 183 councillors from the 4 local authorities. That information is coming back in, and we're going to publish that. We'll take a break for July, which is next week. So to, I suppose, refresh everybody's memories on the matters at hand, we'll publish that mid-August, on the 19th of August. We've also, we wrote a letter to the 246 Dublin public representatives. So the 183 councillors, the 45 TDs, the 18 senators, and we're going to publish that paper, or those submissions on the public website the week before we convene on the 10th. So then we'll meet on the 10th in September in the RDS, and we're going to consider any unresolved matters or issues that you might have. So if you need more presentations, if there's questions that you've asked over the summer, we'll answer those questions. And then we'll finalise the options for your report, and you will agree then what you want to ballot on when we convene again in October. We meet in October, the 1st of October. It'll be in Dublin Castle. We'll consider any unresolved issues that have cropped up in the intervening period. We'll just do a summary, a recap of the journey, again to frame where we have come from, and then we'll go into the voting session, and you'll vote on what those recommendations and proposals will be that will be reflected in your report to the House of the Oireachtas. We'll then, mid-October, we'll issue you a draft report where you can make comments, backtrack changes, give your thoughts on the report that the Secretariat will draft. And then finally, once we can agree on a paper that reflects your recommendations and your thoughts and opinions, then we can sign that off and issue that to the House of the Oireachtas in November, and we can enjoy a free Christmas, which isn't too far away, around the corner. So, from my perspective, in terms of my reflections on what has happened to date, I've just been so impressed with the enthusiasm, your commitment. for this process. But it's more than just a process. It's something tangible. What the work you do is going to affect the lives of not just this generation, but for generations to come. And we spoke earlier on about the history of our state. It's 100 years old. And the work you are doing right now will impact not only the citizens of Dublin City and County, but the broader island of Ireland in terms of what our great county and city can do. So I have just been inspired to be in your company and to witness your commitment to a purpose higher than yourselves. And this always resonates with me when I'm in your company. That great James Joyce quote about that, when you die, Dublin will be written in your heart. So the legacy that you will leave, it's something that you can be very, very proud of. I know it's been challenging this weekend. A lot of information has been thrown at you, but you know and I know the work that you will do will have a significant impact on the future of Dublin, and that certainly that quote can be attributed to each and every one of the Free Assembly members that have been here with us over the last number of weekends. So that concludes my remarks, my closing remarks. I want to wish you all a nice summer break. One little bit of homework to do before you leave for Dr. Jane Souter, because I'll get in trouble if you don't do this, is your evaluation report. So in your own time before you leave, can you please fill out the reports? So once again, go to Mila Mágat, have a lovely summer, and we'll see you all in September. Gur Mágat. Thanks for those joining us online, and we'll see you in September.